welcome to this week's video. This is the fourth or fifth, I've lost count, in a series where I am not only demonstrating Qigong and mindfulness, but also talking about the attitudinal foundations of mindfulness and looking at how you can apply them not only in meditation, but in Qigong, but also in daily life. So, today we're looking at the attitude of letting go. Now, there can be huge numbers of things that we all need to let go of. We can need to let go of unhelpful thought patterns, the sort of thought patterns that keep us smoking or drinking too much, or maybe even using drugs. We need to look at unhelpful thought patterns in relation to things or people. In other words, letting go of stress. We can need to let go of strong emotions. Anger, a lot of negative emotions. And we can need to let go of negative thoughts and feelings that really don't help us. Now, why is it important to let go of these things? Well, quite frankly, they don't help you, and they actually don't make you feel any better. In fact, very often when you're holding on to these kind of feelings, they just make you feel really bad. There's a saying somewhere that holding on to anger is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Now, not all strong feelings are bad. One of my Reiki principles, don't often talk about my Reiki, but I'm a Reiki master. One of the Reiki principles that everyone's learned when they first start learning about Reiki is, just for today, do not anger. And sometimes people say, but hang on a minute, there's lots in the world to get angry about. And I agree, there is an awful lot in the world to get angry about. When you look at what's going on in some places in the world, poverty is something that I think needs people to get angry about. War is something that I think people need to get angry about. And people will say, but, am I just meant to ignore things? No, you're not meant to ignore things. You can't really ignore things. But it's one thing to get angry and just stay angry, which doesn't achieve anything. And the concept I like to talk about is of channeling those feelings into some sort of action that can help deal with the situation that's made you so angry. So letting go isn't always easy, and I'm not going to stand here and try and say it is. But holding on to strong emotions or holding on to memories that don't make you feel so good really doesn't help you. And if you can learn to recognise when you're doing something like that, then you can actively try to let go. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You're going to have to keep repeating it time and time again, but eventually it does become second nature, so that when a thought like that crops up, you just think, oh, that's not going to do me any good. Life's too short, which is a favourite phrase of mine. Life's too short. So how does this apply in your daily Qigong practice? Because I do believe that all these foundations can be useful in your Qigong practice, because Qigong in many ways is almost pure mindfulness, because you are being mindful of your breath and being mindful of your body. So what do you need to let go of during your daily Qigong practice? Well, one thing you need to let go of is any tension in your muscles. You also need to maybe let go of the feeling that, oh, I'm not doing it right. And just remember that if you're doing what works for you, that's really all that matters. Maybe you need to let go of the fact that you should be doing it better, because doing it better takes practice. I'm going to demonstrate this principle with a move I don't actually use during the set that I do for you on this video. There is a move called rowing the boat on the lake, where as you breathe in, you allow your arms to rise up, and then as you breathe out, they gently float all the way down. Looks fairly simple, doesn't it? It is. But if you are doing the move properly, how far you move your arms up is determined by how big a breath you've got, and it's also determined by how strong these abdominal muscles are. It's also going to be determined by how high you can raise your arms without hunching your shoulders. Now, if you've been practicing Qigong every day and done nothing but practice Qigong every day for several years, and it really would take several years, yes, you are going to be able to easily, just using your breath, allow your arms to float all the way up without hunching your shoulders, and then allow them to gently roll forward and down. However, in the real world, if all you can manage is that, then that's all you can manage. And if you're being mindful of your breath and your body, that's what's perfect for you. So in that situation, you need to let go of the thought that you ought to be doing it like that, because you didn't. You shouldn't be doing it like that unless you've really got your breath and your body working together and you've done all the practice. So as we do today's Qigong practice, what I would like you to do is, during the preparation phase, maybe think about one thought or memory or feeling that you know that you would really feel a lot better if you could just let it go. So, and I should say the meditation will also be looking at letting go, fairly obviously. So, let's get into our stance to prepare for the move set. So let's do a bow in, left arm palm up, right arm palm down, and bow. And then step out into the hip width stance, or get yourself seated in your hip width stance. So let's start, first of all, send your awareness down to your feet. Think about the inside edge of your foot, the outside edge of your foot, the ball and the heel. Make sure that your weight is evenly distributed. If you're seated, try to make sure that both feet are evenly flat on the ground, because obviously your feet aren't bearing your weight. Bring your awareness up to your knees when you've done that. If you're standing, get your knees very slightly bent. If you're seated, make sure that your knee bend is about right angle. Then the next lot apply whether you're sitting or standing. Bring your awareness up to these core abdominal muscles and give a gentle pelvic tilt. Become aware of your back. Make sure it's as straight as it can be. Bring your awareness up to your shoulders. Make sure they're relaxed. Make sure your arms are feeling loose and light. Then bring your awareness up to your neck. Make sure it's as straight as it can be. And then think about your chin. Tuck it in. And then bring your awareness up to the very top of your head. And make sure that the crown of your head is pointed at the ceiling. Then take a moment to just get used to this position. Just breathe. If there's any part of your body that's sending you strong signals, then if necessary, adjust your position. Nothing you do during the movement phase should cause you any pain or discomfort. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Remind yourself you're doing it because you're worth it. And maybe just have in your mind that thought or feeling that you just want to let go of. And I'd like you to imagine that you're in a lift. It's a very, very large, very luxurious 5-star lift. It's got glass walls. And as it moves, the motor almost purrs like a Rolls-Royce engine. It's so comfortable and you feel so relaxed. And as you look out through those glass walls, you can see the most beautiful countryside. And as you look out over the countryside, you feel even more relaxed and even more calm. And up here, it's very easy to take all those stress-filled thoughts and just let them go. When you let them go, when you're ready, with every out breath, can you imagine your lift gently floating down, floor by floor by floor, until it reaches the ground? And when you're ready, turn your arms from the shoulders so that the palms of your hands are facing backwards. And then with your next in-breath, slowly allow your arms to float out in front of you. And as you breathe out, just allow them to sink all the way back down. Find your own breath and your own rhythm. Only move your arms as far as you can easily manage in one gentle, easy breath. We'll do this move one more time. Breathing in, allowing your arms to float up. And as you breathe out, just allowing them to gently sink all the way back down. And at the bottom, relax and let go. Move 2 starts the same. Breathing in, allowing your arms to float up, then gently allowing your arms to spread apart as your chest and lungs expand. And as you breathe out, your hands float back in and back down. Only move your arms as far as you can manage in one gentle, easy breath. Try to let the movement be driven by the expansion of your chest. If you like, as you breathe in, you can imagine breathing in good and positive feelings. As you breathe out any stress or tension like grey smoke. Just let it go. Breathe in, allow your arms to float up and spread apart. As you breathe out, they float back in and back down. And then we'll do this move one more time. And then with your next in-breath, allow your arms to float up. And as you breathe out, transfer your weight slightly to the left. Dip slightly on your left leg and allow your right arm to uncurl. If you're seated, raise the heel of your right leg. And as you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. Then do the same on the other side. If you're standing, be very careful that you don't lean over. Keep your back straight. Breathe out. Just allow your arm to uncurl. As you breathe in, it comes back up. And then last time for this move. As you breathe in, everything comes back to the centre. Then turn your palms outwards, and as you breathe out, allow your hands to gently float all the way down. As you breathe in, just allow them to float up again. Only moving your arms as far as you can manage in one breath. Being mindful of your shoulders, not hunching your shoulders. And as we've moved one more time, breathing in, allowing your arms to float up. As you breathe out, they gently sink down, but this time can you bring your hands into position in front of your abdomen to balance your chi. As you breathe in, imagine you're feeling around that small ball, and as you breathe out, imagine you push it underwater. Make sure your arms are loose and relaxed as you do this move. Keep it very small. Be careful to take your hands no higher than your heart. We'll do this move twice more. And the second time, as you breathe out, just allow your hands to come to rest just in front of your abdomen. If you're seated, maybe bring them to rest in your lap, or just put them by your side, whatever works for you. Just for a moment, just breathe. Just get that sense of everything settling back to where it should be. And then when you're ready, bring your hands down by your side, bring your feet together, and we'll bow out as we bowed in. Then I'd like you to get yourself into position, ready for our meditation. So as you're getting yourself seated, lying down, or wherever you are, if you're watching this on replay, pause the video and make sure that you've got yourself comfortable. I'd just like to remind you that mindfulness is... So, when you've got yourself comfortable, just a reminder that you can have your eyes closed or open, it's entirely up to you. But I'm going to be suggesting various things for you to focus your attention on. And you may find it easier to keep your focus with your eyes closed, but that's entirely up to you. So, get yourself comfortable. And the first thing I'd like you to do, where you're sitting right here, right now. What can you hear? What sensation? Don't reach out to find sensations, just keep your focus on your body and those sensations that you have right here, right now. Let go of any desire to identify or classify any of these sensations, because as you observe them, you'll notice that they'll come and they'll go, and they really needn't bother you, because you can choose what you want to pay attention to. And now, can you become very aware of where your body is touching the bed or the chair or wherever you're seated or lying? Really become aware of the touch of the chair or whatever on your body. Get a sense of how your body is being supported right here, right now. And maybe allow your shoulders to relax a little bit more, and maybe just allow yourself to sink a little deeper in. Then I'd like you to bring your awareness further in and just to become aware of your breath. I don't want you to change your breath in any way. I just want you to notice every in-breath and every out-breath as it naturally happens. Let go of any idea that you should be noticing anything particular. Whatever you notice is perfect for you. Let go of any concerns that maybe other people are doing it better. This is not a competitive sport. Just be still and just allow yourself to noticing the natural ebb and flow. Now, you may very well notice that your mind wanders away from focusing on your breath. This is very natural. So if you notice that your mind has wandered away, the first thing I want you to do is to think, oh, well done, I noticed it. Because that's what mindfulness is all about. Then just acknowledge the thought that took you away. Maybe it was thinking about something that's going to be happening later. Maybe you just caught yourself thinking, oh, this is boring. Maybe you found yourself remembering something from the past. Whatever thought it was, just let it go. And bring your mind back to focusing on your breath. Because whatever else is going on at other times and in other places relevant to you, right here, right now, the only thing that matters is just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. And every time you find your mind is wandering away, just every time, let it go and gently, compassionately bring your mind back to focusing on your breath. Use your breath as an anchor to anchor you into this moment. This moment when all you need to do is just breathe. So what do you notice when you breathe? Maybe you notice air moving in your nose or throat. Maybe you notice muscles moving in your chest or in your tummy, or maybe even in your back. Just let your attention rest with whatever comes most strongly to your attention, and just notice that gentle movement. But now, can you become aware of that brief moment in between each breath when everything is still? Don't hold your breath, but just try to notice that very brief moment in between each breath when everything just stops. How do you feel in that stillness? Stillness is something that can be very hard to find in our busy modern lives. And letting go of the need to always be busy is something very important. Because if we never stop, we're all going to break down. Because think of a car that was never stopped to fill up with petrol and that was never maintained would very soon cease to be useful because it would break down, it wouldn't go anymore. So we're just the same. We all need to stop. Can you think of your breath as an anchor that can help anchor you into this moment of stillness that happens hundreds of times every day? And in the stillness, let go of the need to rush. Let go of the need to compete. Let go of thoughts and memories that don't help you, that just make you feel really bad. And just be inside that moment of stillness and calmness, and allow that feeling of stillness and calmness to spread through the whole of your body, from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Expand your awareness so you become aware of the whole of your body. Notice that it's filled with that feeling of stillness and calmness, and notice how good that feels. Then it's time to allow your awareness to move further out. So once again, become aware of where your body is and how it's supported. Become aware of the touch of things on your body, maybe your clothes, the furniture, maybe air on your bare skin. Become aware of the room and sounds from both inside and outside this room. And then, as you allow your eyes to open and bring yourself back to full awareness, keep in the front of your mind the thought that any time you need to let go of an unhelpful thought or memory, all you need to do is bring your awareness to your breath. So you can actually take this feeling with you whenever you need to go, because that moment of stillness with your breath happens hundreds of times a day, whether you're aware of it or not, which is really quite remarkable. So I hope you found that relaxing, enjoyable, interesting, informative, all sorts of things. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to share it with anyone else that you think may benefit. As well as being shared on the Crystal Wolf Qigong and Mindfulness page, the video will be shared on our YouTube channel. And these videos are free and will remain free. But if you enjoy them and feel that you could benefit from more video time, then that option is available to anyone who sponsors me through my Patreon page. So pop on over there and have a look at the sponsorship options there and see which one you think would suit you. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week.